How can CAMHS help? Welcome to this short video about the kinds of problems that we help with at CAMHS and how we work out the best possible support for you. My name's Warren and I'm one of the CAMHS psychologists that work for this service. In this short film we're going to be talking about the sorts of things that CAMHS helps with and how we work out what might be helpful. People come to CAMHS when they find it hard to cope with family life, school or the wider world. The kinds of problems we talk about in CAMHS include the following. Fears and worries. Fears and worries can actually be really helpful in learning how to keep ourselves safe. However, when repeated fears and worries stop you doing valued things or push you into rigid habits, it may be useful to work on the problem at CAMHS. Feeling fed up and lacking energy. We can all have bad days where things get on top of us and we lack energy or find others really irritating. If you find these days are taking over your life and getting in the way of school or friendships, CAMHS can support you through the process of change. Big painful feelings. We can all struggle at times in coping with difficult thoughts, scary memories and feelings. Some young people can get drawn into scratching, cutting and other actions to deal with the situation. These kinds of habits can be hard to break, and CAMHS staff have lots of experience at helping young people to work out what changes they want to make. Self-image and body image. Many young people feel under pressure to be and look certain ways. Sometimes critical and negative thoughts about ourselves and our bodies can get in the way of looking after ourselves and maintaining a healthy diet. If this part of your life is getting tough every day, it is important that you and your family seek help from CAMHS. Hearing voices and unusual experiences. For some people, these kinds of experiences do not get in the way of life, whilst for others, they can be disruptive and distressing. CAMHS can support you to manage the effect of these experiences. Concentration problems. Sometimes our attention is limited and it's hard to stay focused on what we're doing. But if these problems always get in the way in lessons, your school may want help from CAMHS to understand what might be helpful. From your first appointment at CAMHS, we'll be working with you to develop a shared understanding of the concerns and problems that you wish to discuss. We do this through looking at 4 questions. Why now? Why me? Why still? And what helps? So why now? Here we look at what's been happening in your life recently that makes the problem more intense or happen more often. This could be about changes in relationships, changes in school, or changes in your health. Why still? Here we look at what might be keeping the problem going, such as patterns at home, at school, or in your neighbourhood, or perhaps ways of thinking and acting that keep the problem going as well. Why me? Here we look at your background and life story to work out what may have left you more likely to develop this problem. This could be about looking at your birth or family situation, major life events, or past difficulties. We also ask about what helps. Here we look at the skills, knowledge and relationships you use to cope with the problem and to get on with your life. However, it's really important to us that this understanding is something that's shared, and we use lots of different ways at CAMHS to make sure this understanding is shared. So this might be through talking with you, through listening really carefully, through drawing or games, or through filling out one of our feedback forms or questionnaires. For some young people, developing a shared understanding will require further sessions. For a minority of young people at CAMHS, psychiatric diagnosis may be helpful. However, diagnosis raises lots of questions and there's different views about it. So get yourself informed by logging on to the My CAMHS Choices website, where there's a series of films that will talk about the issues around diagnosis. You may want to pause the video at this point to take down that web address. So, having worked out this shared understanding, we then use this to work out what's the best possible help for you at this time. There's lots of ways that CAMHS uses this shared understanding to work out the best possible care, and here's just a few examples of the way that that's done. So when we've worked out the shared understanding, if there seems to be a gap in terms of what helps, we may recommend strategies for you to try at home or at school. If you do want details on the best possible self-help for young people and families that are available at the moment, check out the Reading Well website and look at their books on prescription page. You may want to choose to pause the video at this point to take down that web address. You'll also find this shelf help leaflet at all local libraries where you can get information on self-help books for children and young people and families. Family therapy can help with Why Still by working with you on patterns that keep the problems going at home. CBT can help with Why Now through practicing alternative thinking habits about recent events. CBT stands for Cognitive Behaviour Therapy. Now, if you want more details on the kinds of therapies and support offered by CAMHS, please check the My CAMHS Choices website, www.mycamhschoices.org. Thank you for watching this short film.